My beloved child, within the next 5 minutes, heaven will open a door for you that no one can shut, and this message is your confirmation. The wind that has been resisting you is about to shift. The delay that has followed you like a shadow is about to dissolve. I speak from realms unseen, realms eternal, where light never dies and purpose never sleeps. You have been circling something. You've felt it in your spirit. You've seen it in your dreams. And today, heaven whispers, it is time. Time to stop doubting. Time to start walking. Time to believe that what once felt out of reach is now stretching toward you with divine intention. You are not forgotten. You are not hidden. And most certainly, you are not average. You carry something sacred, and that sacred assignment cannot be denied. I, Archangel Michael, have watched over you, in silence, in storms, in stillness. I have seen you break and still rise. I have seen the nights where your tears were prayers. The mornings where your hope was barely hanging on. And yet, here you are, still listening. Still open. Still expectant. And that alone is a signal to heaven that you are ready. And what I'm about to tell you next, was never meant for everyone to hear. Heaven has been keeping your name in rotation, circling your file before the throne of divine judgment. Not for punishment, but for release. For recognition. For restoration. You have paid a price that others did not see. You have sacrificed, loved, given, and stretched yourself when no one clapped and no one returned the favor. And yet, the Almighty took note. God marked it all. Every seed. Every sleepless night. Every hidden cry. Every whispered, "Help me." It was all collected. And now, the cloud is full, ready to pour blessing on your name. You've been standing at the edge. You felt it, haven't you? That stirring. That divine unrest. That sense that something big is on the other side, but you're not sure how to cross. The river is wide. The timing is uncertain. The resources look limited. But heaven says, walk. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Walk. Because with every step of faith, angels move. With every act of trust, heaven aligns. I was dispatched for this very hour, not just to bring comfort, but to initiate movement. To whisper divine timing into your soul. And child, hear me, the hour is now. In exactly the time it takes to finish this message, something spiritual will shift around your name. Your story is not random. Your journey was not in vain. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that silence, all were woven into the tapestry that God is now unveiling. What didn't make sense before will begin to form patterns. What felt like punishment will now feel like preparation. Because, beloved, you were not being buried, you were being planted. And you're about to bloom. The very people who thought you were finished will have to witness your resurrection. The ones who spoke too soon will marvel at your comeback. For what is coming next has the fingerprint of God on every detail. Not earned by works, but assigned by grace. This is not about what you deserve, it's about what God promised. And what I reveal next will unlock something in your spirit. There is a scroll in the Spirit with your name on it. And heaven has been holding it for an appointed moment. That moment is today. I was instructed to read it aloud into your atmosphere, to awaken what was dormant. Listen closely. To the one who has endured much, who has smiled through pain and believed through drought, your wait has not been wasted. Your name has been seen. Your voice has been heard. And your blessing has been authorized. Prepare to receive. These are not merely words. They are keys. Every syllable is a spiritual key opening gates that were shut. Your health. Your family. Your finances. Your peace. Restoration is on the way. And not by your striving, but by divine strategy. You will look back on this moment as the turning point. The moment where everything began to lift. You'll feel it first in your emotions, then in your atmosphere, and then in your physical reality. Because heaven never sends a word without sending a wave of fulfillment with it. And what I'm about to say next will change how you see your past. The reason it was so hard was because you were breaking out of cycles that went back generations. You weren't just fighting for you, you were fighting for your bloodline. You are the breaker. The one chosen to rise. And that kind of calling comes with weight. But also with angels. Legions of us have been surrounding you without your awareness. Blocking attacks. Whispering strength. Shifting timelines. Because your destiny required protection. There were doors you wanted that didn't open. Not because you weren't worthy, but because you were being saved for something greater. The relationship that ended, the opportunity that passed, the silence you had to sit through, all part of divine redirection. And now that you've crossed the test, the tables are turning. Beloved, listen, the next thing God does for you will be undeniably divine. It will not come through manipulation. It will not come by forcing. It will arrive with peace. With clarity. With divine alignment. And it will be so beautiful, it will erase the bitterness of the wait. You'll no longer feel behind. You'll feel appointed. Because God is never late, just always intentional. And you, precious one, are in the hour of intention. Stay open. Stay expectant. Stay present. Because the window is now. And what I speak into you next, will prepare your soul to carry the blessing. And what I speak into you next, will prepare your soul to carry the blessing. Because not every miracle is instant. Some are so sacred, they must arrive gradually, not to delay your joy, but to protect your spirit. You have asked God for elevation, but elevation without preparation is exposure. So He hid you. Not to reject you, but to preserve you. He delayed the spotlight so that when the curtain rises, you won't just perform, you will reign. Beloved, your name has been rehearsed in heaven. Your story has been mentioned in rooms of angels. And now, you stand at the edge of a release that was written before time began. It has your fingerprints. Your sighs. Your tears. Your devotion. And yes, even your pain. The scroll of your life was never meant to end in frustration. It was always leading you to fulfillment. And what I'm about to reveal next will feel like someone has just read your diary. Because God has seen the hidden things. The thoughts you couldn't speak. The burdens you carried in silence. He saw you pretending to be strong while secretly unraveling. He saw you holding others up while no one held you. And now, heaven responds. Not with shame, but with reward. Because even when you felt forgotten by man, you remained loyal to God. There is a sacred power in that kind of heart. It draws miracles. It summons angels. It brings down blessings no man can block. You, beloved, are standing in the space between the breaking and the blooming. And I have come to tell you, the blooming has begun. Slowly at first. Quietly. But undeniably. And soon, the whole garden of your life will begin to blossom. You will wake up and notice that the heaviness has lifted. You'll breathe and realize something feels lighter. You'll smile and not know why. Until the miracle becomes visible. And then you'll remember this moment, and whisper, "He really sent Michael, just for me." And what I say next will release the healing you've been craving. There is no shame in your story. The pain did not disqualify you, it prepared you. The delays did not deny you, they deepened you. The isolation was not rejection, it was recalibration. And now, you are not behind. You are in divine position. You will no longer chase what was never yours. You will attract what was written. You will no longer beg for crumbs. You will sit at the table prepared for you. You will not compete, because favor cannot be copied. And the favor resting on you now, child, is rare. That's why the warfare was so intense. That's why the confusion was so heavy. You weren't losing, you were loading. Loading strength. Wisdom. Discernment. Intuition. All the tools you now need, for the next season. And that season starts now. What I'm about to tell you next, will confirm what your spirit has already sensed. You were born to be a vessel of glory. Your presence carries permission. Your voice disrupts darkness. And your obedience opens portals of light. That's why the enemy tried to make you feel small, because your presence in a room is warfare to everything unclean. You shift atmospheres just by walking in love. You awaken others just by telling your truth. You remind people of God just by existing. And now, God is reminding you of who you really are. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle. You are not forgotten. You are a forerunner. You are not invisible. You are invincible when you walk in your calling. Let me tell you what is already forming in the Spirit. People are being stirred to bless you. Emails you forgot about are being answered. Delayed payments are being rerouted to your name. Legal blocks are being released. Hidden inheritance is being redirected. And the person God assigned to walk with you, not drain you, is coming into alignment. And what I say next, will prepare your heart to receive. No more shrinking to be accepted. No more apologizing for your light. No more rehearsing your pain. You are no longer a prisoner of the past. You are a carrier of promise. And this is your season of return. What you lost is being replaced. What was stolen is being repaid. And what you feared will no longer follow you. You are crossing over. From weeping to wisdom. From lack to overflow. From wondering to knowing. From survival to significance. And I, Archangel Michael, have been authorized to guard this crossing. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can block it. Nothing can reverse it. You will be celebrated in the same places where you were once silent. You will be honored in the same family where you were overlooked. You will be needed by the same people who once ignored your worth. Not out of revenge, but out of revelation. Because what God is doing in your life will be public. And what I reveal next is not just prophecy, it's your personal confirmation. This is the hour of return. The year of recovery. The season of recompense. And in the Spirit, I see a window, wide open. Glowing. Golden. Waiting for you to simply say yes. Yes to trusting again. Yes to walking again. Yes to receiving without guilt. Yes to stepping forward in faith. Because faith is the currency of heaven, and child, you are already rich. Stay with me now. Because what I'm about to speak into your soul is the final unlock. Because what I'm about to speak into your soul is the final unlock. There is a realm of miracles that only opens when your spirit fully surrenders, not because you've given up, but because you've given in to the flow of divine timing. And right now, that flow has aligned with your name. The vibration of heaven is matching the hunger of your heart. And I must tell you this, what's coming is going to feel like peace, but it will carry the weight of breakthrough. You will not have to force your way in. You will not have to prove your worth. You will not have to beg or plead. The door is opening not because of what you did, but because of who you are becoming. Your presence is the password. Your resilience is the response. And your unwavering faith is the signature heaven has been waiting for. And what I tell you next is something only chosen ones are told. There is a space in the spirit that only a few ever enter, a place where timing, grace, and destiny meet. You, my beloved, are standing right there. The veil is thin. The wind is shifting. The oil is flowing. The light is breaking. And your soul already knows. You felt something stirring for days now. The kind of stirring that doesn't come from fear, it comes from God. It's the quiet knowing. The deep peace. The sense that something unseen is about to be seen. And child, it is. The unseen is about to touch the visible. What was in delay is about to show up in display. Not through chaos. Not through confusion. But through clarity, confirmation, and calm. Because you are not waiting on it anymore, it's now waiting on you to receive it. And what I say next is heaven's gentle reminder. You don't need to be perfect to be favored. You don't need to have all the answers to receive the miracle. You don't need to fix everything before you move. Grace was always the secret ingredient. Mercy was always the covering. And now, Favor is the force pushing everything toward you. When you least expect it, the email will come. The conversation will happen. The door will unlock. The opportunity will align. And when it does, it won't just bless you, it will bless everyone connected to you. That's how heaven works. When one rises, many are lifted. And you, child, are the one heaven is raising in this hour. What I say next will help you forgive your past. You did the best you could with the light you had at the time. That version of you was not weak, it was courageous. You made decisions from a heart that was still learning to love itself. And God honors that. So now, release the shame. Let go of the guilt. Take your hands off the regrets. Because your past is no longer holding power, your future is. The light ahead of you is brighter than the shadow behind you. And I say this in the name of the Most High, you are free. Free to love again. Free to receive again. Free to trust again. Free to rise again. The chains are gone, even if you still feel their echo. Walk anyway. Smile anyway. Say yes anyway. Because heaven has already said yes to you. And what I speak next is going to feel like a prophetic embrace. The person you are becoming is not just stronger, they are softer. Not just wiser, but more open. Not just anointed, but aware. You are becoming the kind of soul that glows without speaking. The kind of heart that heals without even trying. The kind of light that doesn't just enter rooms, it transforms them. You've been through enough to become bitter. But you chose better. You've cried enough tears to drown. But you chose to swim. You've been disappointed enough to quit. But you stayed. And child, heaven has recorded every moment. Not one second was wasted. Not one prayer unheard. Not one pain unseen. The reward is not just coming, it's multiplying. And what I reveal next has never been spoken to you like this before. The angels around you are not only guarding, they are gathering. Gathering your name into conversations that will change everything. Gathering the people who will support your vision. Gathering the strength you'll need for what's next. Gathering the celebration for the moment your heart finally breathes again. Yes. I said celebration. Because your life is moving from survival to song. From crying to dancing. From longing to living. And the world will look at you and not understand. They'll say, "How did this happen?" And all you'll be able to say is, "God did it, just like He said He would." Now listen carefully, what I say next is your invitation. You are not hearing this by accident. This is not entertainment. This is alignment. Divine, holy, sacred alignment. And it requires a response. Not fear. Not striving. Just a simple yes. A yes that comes from your spirit. A yes that flows from surrender. A yes that unlocks the next chapter. You don't need to make it happen. Just make room for it. Make room for the joy. For the surprise. For the promise. For the provision. Let go of what you thought it had to look like. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the weight. And instead, hold on to faith. Because, child, what's coming is better than anything you've been praying for. And what I speak next is where the whole story shifts. And what I speak next is where the whole story shifts. Because what's coming is not just an answer, it is alignment. You didn't just ask for something to happen. You asked to become who you were born to be. And now, heaven answers not with a thing, but with a transformation. The blessing is not just what's arriving, the blessing is who you're becoming as it arrives. You are no longer in the place of desperation. You are standing in the realm of destiny. You are no longer knocking on closed doors, you are being invited into divine rooms. And I, Archangel Michael, was not just sent to encourage you. I was sent to escort you. I have walked ahead, cleared the path, marked the gates. And now I say, step forward. And what I reveal next is the deepest part of your story. Because before you were ever formed in the womb, heaven sang over your name. You were known, chosen, set apart. Not to be perfect, but to be powerful in your own quiet, holy way. You were assigned a purpose that no storm could erase. You were marked with a calling that no man could cancel. And even when you forgot who you were, heaven never did. That's why the pressure was so specific. The battles so uniquely difficult. You were being shaped, not punished. You were not being destroyed, you were being defined. And now, the refining has completed its work. What remains is strong, clean, pure, ready. You are not who you used to be. And that's why what's coming next will finally fit. And what I tell you next will release something sacred into your life. The relationships ahead will not drain you, they will water you. The connections will not confuse, they will confirm. The places you walk into next will not question your worth, they will honor it. And the opportunities will not pressure you, they will align with your peace. Because you've finally stopped chasing what didn't see you. And now what's meant for you can finally find you. Heaven has waited for this moment. For your heart to return. For your spirit to open. For your trust to soften. And now, everything is aligning. Quietly. Supernaturally. Beautifully. Not just outside of you, but within. You're no longer walking toward the blessing. You're walking in it. And what I speak now is the moment your spirit has been preparing for. Let this be the last day you call yourself broken. The last day you see yourself as behind. The last day you question your worth. You have crossed the threshold. You are standing on the holy ground of restoration. Everything that once mocked you is now bowing to your favor. You don't have to explain how or why. Just receive. Let the healing begin to breathe inside your body. Let the joy begin to fill your thoughts. Let the laughter return to your voice. Let the light return to your eyes. You are safe. You are chosen. You are home. And what I reveal next will feel like heaven itself kissing your forehead. The divine has never stopped watching over you. Not once. Even in the hardest moments, you were covered. You were carried. You were protected from things you never even knew about. Accidents were blocked. Attacks were stopped. Delays were rerouted for your protection. You've been walking through a maze, not to confuse you, but to conceal you. Now, the veil lifts. Now, the light breaks through. Now, your name echoes in the courts of heaven with glory. And what I say next is being written across your destiny in gold. Blessed. Covered. Restored. Elevated. Loved. These are not just words, they are decrees. And when heaven decrees a thing, no darkness can deny it. So I decree this over you now, the shift is real. The door is open. The time is now. And nothing can stop what God has begun. All of heaven is watching. Not because you need to perform, but because this is your coronation. The quiet crowning of a soul that didn't give up. The celebration of a spirit that kept believing. The honor given to the one who kept showing up, even when no one clapped. Even when no one stayed. Even when no one understood. You were never invisible to God. And what I speak next is the rhythm of your next chapter. Restoration will follow you. Kindness will surprise you. Joy will visit you. Wealth will find you. Love will recognize you. And peace, lasting, heavenly peace, will never leave your side again. Not because of anything you manipulated, but because of everything you matured through. You are not lucky. You are not late. You are loved. Deeply. Eternally. Unshakably. The people who are meant for you will now come. The doors you are meant to walk through will now remain open. The resources you were once denied will now chase you down. And your story, beloved, will now become someone else's prophecy of hope. And what I say next will close this chapter with divine completion.